It's springtime in Oklahoma, and with that comes the risk for weather emergencies. And it is a good idea for every family to have an emergency kit ready to go before that weather emergency happens. Some things that you might want to include in your kit are food and water for each person in your family for at least 3 days. If any of that food comes in a can that doesn't have a pull tab, then you'll also want a manual can opener. Another thing that you might want for your emergency kit is a weather radio. But because we know that thunderstorms and tornadoes can knock out the power, it's important that your weather radio either be battery operated or hand crank. Another thing you'll want in your kit is a good pair of scissors. You just never know when you're going to need some scissors, and so it's a good idea to have them there. Some flashlights is great to have in your kit. A handheld flashlight or a headlamp so that you can be hands-free is a good idea to have in that emergency kit. Some waterproof matches would be great to have in your kit. A dust mask. Who doesn't have a mask lying around the house now? Throw one in your kit because you never know if you're going to be breathing in smoke or other particles in the air that you want to protect yourself from. It's also a good idea to throw in a first aid kit. You can buy those ready to go at the store pretty inexpensively, but you can also put together your own very easily at home. Chances are you've already got all of the components that you need in your medicine cabinet. You also might want to include a personal hygiene kit. And then also, it's a great idea to have toilet paper and then comfort items for each member of your family. If you've got young children, then you might want to have blankets, pillows, stuffed animals for comfort. You also might want to have a change of clothes for every person in the family because you might get wet, and shoes that protect your feet. Flip-flops, sandals, and house shoes are not great footwear in an emergency situation. So you want to make sure that you have shoes that are going to protect your feet from broken glass and all the debris that might be lying around after a tornado. You definitely want to have any of your prescription medications that you need ready to go to throw into your kit at the last minute. And you can go to ready.gov to get a full list of everything you might need in an emergency kit. If you have an underground tornado shelter at your home, you can put your kit in a storage tote with a tight-fitting lid. That's going to protect it from moisture, dust, and any unwanted pests. And you can actually just leave it down in your shelter throughout the season. Definitely make sure that at the end of the season, you get that food out of there, use it, and then replace it next year. If you plan to shelter inside the home and in an interior room, put your kit in a duffel bag or a basket or a box, and you can either leave it in the interior room where you plan to shelter or tuck it away in a closet until you need it. It's also a really good idea to have a family emergency plan. You want to make sure that you answer some of those questions ahead of time before the emergency happens, and you can find family emergency plans at the University of Missouri Extension website or check FEMA.gov.